Peter Morgan, the writer, chose to write about it, and I think it's because he knew Niki Lauda. I also think that Peter Morgan, who has German parents but was raised in England, relates in a way to both cultures and this kind of conflict between sort of the ultimate cool 70s Englishman and this very focused Austrian genius. So it was Peter that made the choice, and I think it's an interesting one. Although you can find great rivalries in all sports, but everyone involved with Formula One agrees that this is one of the most interesting. Peter Morgan has tremendous insight into all the dimensions of the characters, and especially the sort of the hypocrisies, and also their virtues. And he finds very interesting, sometimes humorous ways to reflect that which he learns. And in this case, this rivalry is extraordinary because of the particular nature of their personalities. Neither person is typical in any way. They're each sort of extreme personalities, and I think it's what makes their scenes together really take off because of how different they are. And Peter's good at identifying that and underscoring it in the script. Well, the 70s was a much more reckless period, almost everywhere. The lifestyle or on the track. I don't believe Formula One is safe today, but of course it was downright dangerous then. In fact, our technical advisor, who was the team manager for the McLaren team, Alistair Caldwell, he liked to say that Formula One in the 70s, that's when sex was safe and driving was dangerous. Well, with a tremendous amount of preparation and help, and a lot of leadership from the people who actually own the historic cars that we used, because they would bring their teams of engineers and make them available to us as well. And the people who run the historic Formula One races were with us constantly. They were always there to tell us when things were wrong. Like, let's say the replica cars that we were building. They had to sit side by side with the real thing. And this raised the bar on the authenticity. It was a little bit like in Apollo 13, we actually had some of the equipment from Mission Control there on our set. And the set pieces that we made had to be good enough that they could sit side by side with the real Mission Control data boards from Houston. So those kinds of things, they inspire everyone on the crew to try to be better, the best version of themselves they can be. I think anytime you can find a story that combines ideas in an ambitious way, then you have something that I think has a chance to be memorable. And so, Willow isn't sort of just one thing or the other. It's very bold, the kinds of characters, the Nelwyns and Val Kilmer's kind of an outrageous character to be in a movie like that. And so we took a lot of risks with that movie. I think you have to gamble. Sometimes it's not going to work, but when the ideas do connect, I think audiences really appreciate them because the film works on more than one level. And it was one of the things that I frankly liked about Rush, is that it's great human drama. It could be like Beautiful Mind or King's Speech or something like that. It's inspiring, it's fascinating, and yet it has this very visceral, very cinematic, very cool, dangerous quality of these Formula One races, and it's all true. So it's this combination of values and feelings that you're offering an audience that I think helps elevate a movie experience for people. At least that's always my hope.